Hey everyone, welcome to the Kha'Zix gameplay. Before we start, I briefly just want to discuss his runes and items. There's been some changes ever since the last Kha'Zix guide that I made. So going to the items, the first item I would go for is Dust Blade. This is really good for abusing your passive, really good synergy. And then we go for the Black Cleaver, gives HP, damage, ability haste, and a bit of tankiness, which is all good for his kit. Then we go for the Mercury Stasis. This is good for outplaying as well as buying time for your team. Another alternative could be the Plated Steel Caps if they don't have much CC. Then we go for the Mortal Reminder. Actually, the Mortal Reminder Death's Dance are interchangeable. It depends on what you want. So if you want to be a bit more tankier, you could go for the Death's Dance. But if you want to focus on your damage, you could go for the Mortal Reminder or the Surreal Just Grudge. But I'd rather go for the Mortal Reminder because it lets you apply anti-healing to the entire enemy team, and the slow of the Surreal Just Grudge doesn't stack well with your second skill, especially once you've already upgraded it. Death's Dance, no-brainer. This synergizes a lot with your kit. Once you're able to get a reset, not only do you get your third skill reset, you also get a lot of HP back. Last item is GA, for obvious reasons. Just in case you get caught out, you have Guardian Angel for your second life. Going to the runes, the first rune that I've changed is Conqueror. From Conqueror, now I'm going for the Electrocute route. The reason why is that Electrocute has been getting a lot of buffs recently, and this makes Kha'Zix burst on single targets a lot stronger, making you able to one-shot them even early into the game. The reason why that I would probably still go Conqueror sometimes if they have a lot of tanky targets like Nunu, Set, etc, etc. But since this is solo queue, the opponents will always pick some squishy champions which would be easily burstable when you use the Electrocute rune. Second, I still go with Triumph. Really good synergy with your third skill. Once you're able to get a reset, you're gonna get your life back. Then Hunter Titan, for obvious reasons, just in case you got crowd controlled, you would easily be able to get out of them. But another alternative could be Nullifying Orb. This is really good on Kha'Zix as well. Since you're building AD, this would scale well and really good shield for clutch situations. So just get this if they don't have a lot of crowd control in their kit. Then the last rune that I would go for is Mastermind. So before this was Pathfinder, but now I'm leaning towards a Mastermind since Kha'Zix is one of the fastest champions to get objectives. Mastermind makes sense. So you'd even get those objectives faster as well as the bonus gold. So the only time I would go for Pathfinder if my early game team comp wherein your teammates all pick late game and you're not confident that you're gonna be able to get the first objective. So only get Mastermind if you're confident that you're gonna get the first objective. So that is it for these runes and items, and I will see you guys in game. Going to the game, I'll show you why Electrocute is really good right now on Kha'Zix as well as how to use this champion properly. In this matchup, we are currently up against Jungle Wukong, and in a Kha'Zix vs Wukong matchup, this is really good for the Kha'Zix player in the early stages of the game because Wukong has really weak dual potential and it's something that you would want to exploit. So here, do the level 1 control ward trick. Get a control ward one side of the map, immediately recall, and go back to our yellow trinket. So what this does is that it gives us vision and it lets us know where the opposing jungler might be. But one downside to this is that it could be easily dewarded if the mid laner checks or the opponent knows that you always ward there. As you could see in our minimap, it just got dewarded and we have given free 30 gold to them. But it's okay. We just want to focus on our clear and we still have our yellow trinket. Once it's off cooldown, we would be able to find the Wukong. So the clear that I'm doing here right now is the red side clear. I go for my red, Krugs, Raptor, then flex on where the opponent will go. So while you're clearing your camps, always look at your lanes just in case there might be a possible lane that you would want to gank. So a lot of people see that why I evolved my third skill at level 2. It's because it allows me to do level 2 cheese ganks. If I went for first, second, and there's a clash on the bot side, it would be hard for me to help the player. So this third skill, second, is a lot safer than going for the second skill. So while I'm clearing my Raptors, I'm looking at the state of the lanes. Bot side is a bit pushed. Mid is a 50-50. Top is also a bit pushed. So most likely I would have priority in the bot side. But since the opposing jungler is Wukong, I would want to try to find him as much as possible. So I see Wukong at the top side and I immediately go top and try to look for the contest. I see that mid has priority. I ping my mid that I'm going there. Hopefully they're able to help. But my duo bot has no priority. This is a bit of a risky move because I'm a bit slow. And yeah, a bit of a mistake that I did this game. is that I tried to contest the top cut, but Twisted Fate does a great gold card stun there, and we burst the Ari down. We also force her flash. Most probably, we're gonna be able to also get this bottoms cut, which turned out to be good overall because we got first blood, which is really good for Kha'Zix because we're a champion that wants to snowball and get our items as soon as possible, so we would be able to one-shot the opponents. So once I recall, I go for the top side. I see there's a fight. Distant Hate is level 5. Our duo bot outplays a bit. I see that Karma's alone. And we get a free double kill. They're not able to get the Kai'Sa down. And things are looking great for us right now. So now, at this stage of the game, the first thing that I would want is try to get my evolved first skill. Because evolving my first skill would make my clear a lot faster, as well as making our dual potential a lot stronger. And then after getting our evolved first skill, we go for the Dust Blade because it has great synergy and it increases our damage output by a lot. We're able to have a double proc with our passive damage as well as the Dust Blade proc. And you'll see how strong it is with Electrocute later on. So once I clear my top side camps, I try to check for possible gank in the top side or try to look for the enemy jungler. I see that there's a control ward, so I choose to ward it instead. The Karma decides to face check, so I go for the punish. With Electrocute plus our first skill evolved, we easily burst the Karma. We don't even have our Dust Blade yet, and this goes to show how strong Electrocute could be. If I had Conqueror there, most probably Karma would have lived with 1 HP. So we get another kill. We go back home, get our Dust Blade, then we go to our bot side because those are where our camps are. Our second red has spawned, and then we look for another lane to gank. So another tip is once it reaches the 4-minute mark, the tower protections will be all gone. And the best lane to gank without tower protection would be the Baron lane. And the reason why is that it's easy to kill because it's a 1v1. And if we're able to take down the Baron laner with tower protection down, we would be able to take down the tower before the objective. So I'm always looking at the bot side for any possible ganks. Maybe Camille could ulti, but Gragas' positioning is a bit too safe. So I decide against it and go back to my camps to clear. So while clearing, always want to look at the map, look at their minimap, and look for possible places to go. So I see that objectives will be spawning soon. And I know that this is where the Wukong will be a bit strong because he has his ultimate. But since I have a lot of items, I would be able to burst the objective pretty quickly. Kai'Sa plus Wukong, we would be able to get the objective in less than probably 10 seconds. So now the objective has spawned. I have my Dust Blade, I have boots as well. We have a lot of damage in our kit. So the thing that we need to be careful is getting caught out. Like here, Karma's able to poke me. I got a bit greedy. Lucian ulti beat as well. Now I'm back to half HP. I look for the Wukong. Wukong is isolated. Good exhaust. Good stun by Twisted Fate. We take down the Wukong. I had to flash out because Ari might take me down. We're able to live, but our positioning is a bit bad because of the disruption that Wukong did as well as the poke that I got. So I wasn't able to utilize my damage as much as I would want to. And most likely they would be able to get a dragon. I'll try to come back just in case they haven't finished it yet. Our team is able to get a pick off onto Gragas, and I see that there are 3 at mid, which means that they cancel dragon, and there's another chance for me to try and get this objective. So I see that Lucian has recalled, and I'm looking at the map on possible places that I would go. I decide to go Rift Herald instead because I wanted to play it a bit safe since Camille is still down and Kai'Sa is far in the map. So we take the Herald and try to get the gold, play it a bit safe. So I could have went for the contest, but I chose to play it a bit safe to get the Herald. Wait for my team to buy some time. The Lucian goes down. So since there's a clash in the top side, I immediately summon the Herald for a free bump and help my team win the fight. We can take down the Wukong. Gragas makes a mistake. Ulti speed closer to his team. We burst the Gragas and win the team fight. So really good. So even though we lost the dragon, we take the Rift Herald plus the first tower, and we even get more kills. So at this stage of the game, this is all worth it. I think we have given the Mountain Dragon. I have my evolution. I go for the third evolve. So I went for the third evolve because I'm ahead in the game. I see that Lucian wants to face check. I wait for the Camille to the ult. And Electrocute. Third skill plus first skill plus third plus first plus second would instantly pop the Lucian. He just disappeared even though he had exhaust. We one shot and get our cleaver. So this is the second power spike of Kha'Zix. Once we're able to get the black cleaver, it pumps up our power spike. It pumps up our power spike even more because if you're able to land your third skill on the enemy, it will also provide 1 stack of black cleaver. So now that mid and top are both broken, I go for the bot lane. I see that Twisted Fate is trying to go for a flank, just in case there's gonna be a fight. Gragas gets a great catch onto the Kai'Sa, but we're here to get the counter kill. I greed a bit, but I see that Karma's behind, so I had to go back. I'm a bit low, so I choose to poke a bit first. I know that Gragas' skills are off cooldown, so I can play a bit greedy. He uses Body Slam again. The moment TF stuns hit, I am able to get the Gragas plus Triumph, and my third skill resets, and this is why I got my third skill, because if you're able to have a lot of items, you're gonna be able to one-shot the opponents, as well as combining it with the Electrocute would even make your damage output even stronger. So if you with Electrocute plus Duskblade plus Cleaver and evolve third skill, you go in, you burst one opponent, then you third skill out. So that's the general gameplay when playing Kha'Zix. So the only time you would want to evolve your second skill is when you're behind or you're having a hard time getting to the opponent. So second skill is a lot safer and more consistent, but if you're ahead, like in this game, you could go for the evolve third and play a bit more aggressive. So I see there's a fight on the bot side, so I try to look for a catch in the mid lane. I'm waiting for Karma to disposition, so I try to go for the burst. He's a bit tanky, so I had to third out. I just wanted to damage test, not enough to burst the Karma yet. So now I go for the bot side. Wukong is overextended. I see that Twisted Fate and Camille, most probably they could handle it themselves. They take down the Wukong, so I just go and recall to buy my items because I have no camps in this side. So I'm forced to recall and go for the top side to be able to clear my top camps. And just in case there's a fight that breaks out. So Gragas gets a tower. It's okay. I think my duo bot would be able to take him down and try to get our Kai'Sa fed. So he would be able to carry the game. So Gragas gets down. Kai'Sa gets traded. So I go for the top side just as predicted and try to look for some kills. So Akali Braum is doing... the Camille Braum is doing really well. I get the Karma down with the reset. I immediately jump on the Ahri and we get 2 kills. So we're playing really well. We haven't died yet. And yeah, this is where Kha'Zix specializes, wherein you would want to pick off targets as much as possible. So now I see another fight on the bot side. And once you're level 9, this is where you would always want to look for some skirmishes. Wukong is a bit out of position. He uses his knock-up to put me out. And one combo puts Wukong at half HP. I play it a bit safe because I don't know where they are. So I go for the Herald instead. So one mistake that I did here is that I'm taking Herald without Smite. So I'm risking it a bit. But I'm pretty confident that we could take it. They didn't contest because I saw that Gragas is at the top side. So now that I have my Mortal Reminder, I have a lot of penetration in my damage with Duskblade, Armor Pen, Black Cleaver has minus armor as well, and Mortal Reminder which has armor percentage reduction. So Dragon Node spawning soon in 20 seconds. I try to prepare for DR. I have my RH. So a thing that you could do with RH is when you see everyone at the Dragon, you could probably put it at mid. Or you could try to catch, or you could use it to slow push a lane. So Braum is out of position, forced to flash. We're kind of in a bad spot. I look for someone that's isolated. We force the Wukong stasis, which is really good for us because he wouldn't be able to ulti stasis later on. So I'm waiting for them to start the Dragon because that way they will be together and our team fight will be much more effective. So once I see them start Dragon, I put the Ref Herald at top. If we're able to win the fight, we could push top. So while ulting, I'm looking for their jungle to take down their jungle. I get the reset. I look for people that are low. We take 3 down. I made a mistake on my jump, but we get the job done. We're able to get a reset. So what's important with Kha'Zix is that you get to burst an initial target, and once you get the reset, you would be able to easily follow up on whatever is happening in the fight. So really smooth team fight from us. I misstepped a bit. I had to use my stasis just in case the tower might get us. I played it a bit safe. And now we're level 13, and the Herald that I placed earlier, he was able to push the lane, and we even get a tower on the top side as well. So that's another great usage of the Herald. We take down not only the dragon, we not only win the team fight, we take 2 towers as well. So now the next item that I'm going for is the Guardian Angel. I'm playing it a bit safe rather than going for the Death Dance, because I have a huge streak and it's something that I don't want to lose. 1 to 50 bounty, so I would rather go for the Guardian Angel. But if I didn't have any bounty, most probably I would go for the Death Dance. So just check your priority, and highly suggested from me is when you have a kill streak, you always try to get Guardian Angel as soon as possible, just in case you get taken down. So now, the next objective that I want is try to get Baron. I see there's a fight on the bot side. I damage test on the Ahri. I missed my second skill. Ahri is able to escape. I had to escape just in time. I have my Guardian Angel. If I didn't have GA, I would have gotten down. I had to leap out and try to position myself. And unfortunately, we lost a team fight. They had a great team fight there. They're trying to get Baron, but I have my poke. I will try to poke them out of it. I have low HP, so I realized that I had low HP and a kill streak, so it's not worth trying to sacrifice my life over it, because if I die and they get Baron, they would most probably be back into the game. So I just need to hope that they didn't take Baron, so they took Baron. A bit of a throw from our side. We were ahead by a lot, but it happens in your solo queue game, so the number one thing is to not tilt, and not contesting is one way to not tilt, because if I would give them 1 to 50 gold plus Baron and it would go to their ADC, then it would be really hard for us to they would be able to get back into the game. So the last item that I'm going for is the Death Dance, and the next thing that we want to do is try to pick off side lanes as much as possible. So if you're playing Kha'Zix, you'd always want to pick off side lanes and try to focus on skirmishes rather than team fights, because in team fights, the opponents will be together and you wouldn't be able to use your isolate that much. Camille does engage in the mid, a bit of a misplay. I use my second skill to poke the opponent as well as slow, playing it a bit safe. Twisted Fate has his ultimate, that's why he's pushing bot side. I go to and clear my Raptors, and the next thing I would probably do here is try to play side lane or try to catch someone out of position. So here, they're trying to push mid. Gragas got body slam flash. I have my second skill for some poke. The only time I would go in if I see that if someone is isolated or someone is low. So Lucian is isolated, I try to get some pick onto him, but his damage is a bit strong. I'm forced to use my ultimate to go away, but it's okay because I forced Lucian's exhaust as well, which would be crucial if I'm able to get close. So now that I see that Camille's pushing top, they're able to get 2 towers in the mid. They take down our Braum as well, so there's a comeback potential from them. I try to chase them down because I have my second skill to try and slow them, but they have a strong poke on their team as well, so I had to back off because I don't have my GA yet and I have to play a bit safe if I don't have my Guardian Angel. It will be up a bit soon, most probably when Elder will spawn. So I take the Scuttler, go for the side lane again, and then most probably go and look for some possible picks. So Kha'Zix is not good at pushing towers because you're going for an AD type of build, and you would always want to look for the opponents instead. So now we're at mid side. I'm looking for people to poke. There's a fight that happens. Karma's a bit out of position, but I'm out of position as well. I had to leap out. I look for isolated targets. I see that Wukong is isolated. Gets a stasis. Use my second skill to take him down. I go for the EQ in. Put some damage on the opponents. I have my stasis. And this is how important stasis is, because you're able to buy a lot of time and deal a lot of damage at the same time. So I could put myself in dangerous position because I have stasis. So we take 3 people down, our ADC dies. It's a 3-for-1 exchange. It's good for us, as well as, and another good news is that Elder is spawning. So usually this is where teams, the winning teams throw that they play a lot, very risky. But the problem is that the moment they get ace, it's when the Elder will spawn, and that's when they will lose. So I poke the area a bit. I don't want her going close. I see that Elder is being taken by the Chameleon Brom. I have my smite for the last hit. I think their jungler is trying to TP, so I'm trying my best to burst the DR as fast as possible. I go in for the Karma. I see that he's low HP. We take him down, takes the Electrocute. Another poke with my second skill. Look for another isolated target. I see that Gragas is away, so I do a lot of damage. I have my third skill for the Execute. Take down the Gragas. Camille takes down the Karma as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I see that Aries on the top side. I try to do some sneaky moves. One combo would do the trick. We take down the Ahri. Lucian had to flash. I have my third skill. Great play by the Lucian. Stasis my combo, but I still have my Guardian Angel. Kai'Sa goes in for the follow-up, and we ace their team. So most likely this will be the GG push. We're able to push mid, we're able to push top, and we force the surrender. Very great game from us. 16-01, we didn't die one bit, and really proud of my performance and almost a flawless game from us. So when playing Kha'Zix, the number one thing is positioning and knowing where to go. Get MVP, played better than 97%, most damage dealt, and hope you guys enjoyed our Kha'Zix gameplay. That is it for me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.